If there's one type of English which I really admire the most, it's certainly the British English. And for British English, you would like to look into the British production houses, movie or the TV series, and there's one thing about them, that just in the process of dialogues and with the music, they can make a scene so much grand, and you can feel the air of it, and there is an aura of music into the language. There's so much emphasis, and trust me, most of the dialogues I hear resembles, if it happens to be in a heavy voice, like the words of Gandalf, Sir Ian McKellen. The stress with which they speak and express themselves, and it's truly that wonderful way of speaking something when you're conversing or expressing your ideas. There is one thing called plain English, and you're good at English, and there's one thing known as British English. I think they truly are the pioneer of this English, and the choice of their words and especially the emphasis in going up and down, it's so much expressive that it takes the heart away. So if there's one thing I would like to hear, learn in the future, would be British English. Few days ago I had learnt about the ways to improve your English, and one of the easiest ways is to repeat the phrases you hear. Yes, the entire phrases which you hear, and you can speak to your convenience, and that is how you can gain the fluency in the entire statement of speech. And at our option, most of the times it is the TV series, and in the Amazon Prime I had searched a few days ago Downton Abbey, which is from some British house productions, and it feels so grand, the cello as it plays in the background, and the way people are conversing themselves, and the mom is probably schooling her kid, and the father, as he comes after being worn out from the day, is trying to convey his feelings, and the person whom is competing with, probably his neighbor or his trade partner, how there's a sort of competition between the two, or there's a family feud, or there is the conflict of pride, and all these things brought together and weaved in the form of drama. And in the middle of it, all the time I felt that I'm hearing to the Penny Dreadfuls, and there was indeed the mention of Penny Dreadfuls when the child describes that she's having the nightmares in the form of ghosts that keep coming in his dreams, and her mother says, "Don't be silly, you sound like Penny Dreadfuls." The Penny Dreadfuls in itself is the stories, the horror stories that used to be sold in a penny, and this is how the concept of Penny Dreadfuls came, and that was around the 18th century, when there was not many forms of entertainment. So these were the things that people were used to get themselves amused, probably their kids. And this is where the idea of Penny Dreadful came, and they have just used this word to convey the production, the idea where they bring together all those classic characters and came out a wonderful rendition of a drama known as Penny Dreadful. Anyways, while driving on the way to my office, what I do since 2 days is running the Downton Abbey, and I'm loving it. There's not much clarity, because when something is recorded just to emphasize on the say, it's not the video productions, it's being produced by the BBC, and when BBC is doing its radio podcast in the form of story or the plays, they know that their audience dependent on their descriptions. So that's why it's one-sided, where they know their audience is going to hear and get the idea of it by just listening. While there's a TV series, so half of the things maybe you can just guess by seeing it, and there's no way you can guess the entire thing by just listening to it. But anyways, it's all fun, and anyone can learn a lot if he just looks around and be attentive about it. So I'm trying my best, I'm loving it in Downton Abbey, and I'll go through it and see what this drama is all about. What I could guess from all the healing session was, there is a Abbey, there is a grand family who's got servants and the niece and brothers, sisters, and all of them are coming together to have a claim of the property or privilege. There is sort of competition between the further lineage. That was what I could guess the best. So that was all from my side today. Listening to Downton Abbey these days, every day. There you go. Bye. Take care.